This bill is a fraud on the Constitution.
Okay.
Basic objective of reservation
Madam, I have only 8 points to make.
Yes.
And the first thing is, Madam, इनको बिठाइए, Madam.
अटॉर्नी जी, प्लीज बैठिए. बैठिए, अटॉर्नी जी.
Madam, I stand to oppose this bill.
Yes.
And why do I oppose this bill is point number 1. This bill is a fraud on the Constitution.
Okay.
This bill is an insult to Baba Sahib Ambedkar, because what was the original purpose of giving reservation was to give social justice, to reduce social educational backwardness. The third point is, Madam, in the spirit of our the Constitution does not recognizes economic weaker sections at all. It is against the spirit of the Constitution.
Yes.
It is against what the framers of the Constitution have thought. So this government cannot have more wisdom than the framers of our Constitution. My point number 4 is reservation is given for justice. May I know from the government, have the Janyodharus and the Savarnas ever faced untouchability, oppression, discrimination, encounters, police beatings, dropout, lower number of people in graduates? These are all traits which are found, unfortunately, in our country, in Dalits, SCs, and in the caste of the Muslim community. Madam, my 5th point is, this exercise is fraught with impropriety, since there is no evidence of empirical data. Please show us empirical data of these Savarna people, forward caste people, their backwardness. Where is the empirical evidence? Okay. Madam, the empirical evidence is found where? In Sachar Committee, Mishra Commission, Kundu Committee in 2011 census, lowest literacy rate Muslims, lowest people in schools Muslims, highest dropout rate Muslims, lowest number of people in graduation. Madam, my 6th point to you is that, Madam, my 6th point is that why I say this is a burden on states. My state, Telangana, have passed an act asking for 10% reservation for the caste among Muslims and 12% for STs. That was backed by empirical evidence. Empirical evidence. You refused it for last 6 months. My last point, may I know from the government, what will happen to the Maratha reservation? Are you going to give the Marathas reservation under this economic backward, whatever it is? This is a fraud on Constitution, Madam. That is why I say that in Article 15 and 16, and last, my 7th point, Madam, in 15 and 16, there is no way you can put in economic backwardness. And if you are so serious about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, I challenge you. What about 1950 presidential order? Yes. Isn't that violation of right to equality? Isn't that violation of Article 21? Okay. That is why I say you are playing a fraud on Constitution. It is an insult to Baba Sahib Ambedkar. And you cannot pass this bill in the courts of law. This will be struck down. Today you can enjoy your Diwali or whatever it is, but this will be struck down by courts. Thank you, Madam.
Sir, the basic objective of reservation is to make sure that the historic wrong done to people in the name of religion and caste to the people of this country has to be made right. It is not out of mercy. It is their right that they deserve to be given their reservation. We have to understand, it is not economics. It is not because they were poor that they were denied rights to education and place in the governance. It is because they were born into particular castes which some people thought was less than them, lower than them, that they were deprived of any right. In this country, even today, there are children who have to drink from different pots in schools because they belong to the Dalit community. We cannot forget the mindset of those children, how insulted they would feel in the same school premises because of the discrimination they face day in and day out. And working places are not above it. When you are a Dalit, when you are an OBC, you still face discrimination. So it is your birth. You can change your religion. You can change your economic status. You cannot change your caste. Even if you move from one religion to another, your caste, unfortunately, in this country, follows you. And we do not provide reservation for these people. We do not provide reservation for the Christian, Dalits. We refuse to provide the reservation for the Muslims. Sachar committee has said in its report that how economically and educationally and socially backward the Muslim brothers and sisters of this country are, and especially this government has suddenly developed a great concern and fondness for the Muslim sisters of this country. Being that case, they can empower them by bringing reservation. In Tamil Nadu, we have the DMK government brought 3.5% reservation for the Muslims. The government can do the same and empower the women they claim to be empowering. Sir, and you say that you want to help economically depressed classes. What is happening to the education loans which the UPA government bought? It's nearly been stopped. And the youngsters who borrowed money for their education, today, they are treated and they are not able to repay the loans because there's no employment opportunities. And that being the case, today, they are harassed and insulted by the banks like thieves. What is the government doing about that? Without doing anything, without improving employment, without reaching out to those youngsters who've borrowed money for education, they're being harassed without even trying to help them. Nobody even listens to their problems. What is the point in bringing a bill to say that you are helping the economically depressed classes? Sir, this is all, in the P.V. Narasimha Rao government, it tried to bring the reservation. But in the Indira Sahani case, the Supreme Court has clearly said that economic criteria should not be the sole basis for giving reservation. And in paragraph 799, the court held that a backward class cannot be determined only and exclusively with reference to economic criteria. It may be a consideration on the basis along with and in addition to social backwardness, but it can never be the sole criteria. But this government is trying to bring a bill only on the sole criteria on economic basis. And this was 8 judges out of the 9 judges have concurred with this view.
You have 5 minutes, please. Please conclude. I have already explained my situation. You have 5 minutes. Please conclude.
Sir, I'm one of the very few voices which is opposing this bill, and I think
right. You have, but my limitation is that we have time limit. Please conclude. Please conclude, Kanimozhi ji. Please conclude.
Sir,
I have my own limitations. I have explained and requested. Please.
Sir, please allow her to complete her speech.
Sir, I have explained the problem which I am facing. Just I am requesting her. Please continue. Please. No, just she has to conclude. Please. मैं अलाउ, माननीय जया जी, मैं अलाउ कर रहा हूँ, टाइम की समस्या मैंने आप सबके सामने बताई, जो हाउस ने तय किया था 8 घंटे, मैं उसके तहत रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, प्लीज कंक्लूड, प्लीज,
Sir, this government can bring this bill overnight, saying that it's an election promise, but they will not.
I am following the norms which has been decided by all of you. Please.
Reservation for women, and it's so few women.
Please come on the points and conclude.
Women speaking on this bill.
Please come on the points and conclude. Please come on the points.
Sir, when our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, moved the first amendment to the Constitution to provide reservation for socially and educationally backward classes, he deliberately denied to include the word economically in the amendment. Sir, today you say 10% reservation for the economically depressed classes. I'd like to know where you got this number of 10%. Has any research gone into it?
Of course not.
Has any study gone into it? No. When the DMK government in Tamil Nadu brought reservations. We had the Amba Shankar Commission, we had the first Satyanathan Commission was brought into place. After scientific study, detailed study, then the reservations were brought in. The same thing happened with the Mandal Commission. But today, you're bringing a number saying it's 10%. But how do you justify that number? And have you done any study that this number is going to help these people? They help the economically depressed classes. The numbers you're saying 8 lakhs. 8 lakhs actually covers nearly 97% of the population. And I mean, the government is not saying any numbers, but we are reading it in newspapers every day, that 8 lakhs is the ceiling. And 5 acres of land. 5 acres of land where? And how can economics be a basis? You've destroyed so many small-scale industries. Entire Tirupur and Tamil Nadu is destroyed because you brought the GST without consideration and your demonetization policies.
DHL ancillary.
So, how can you even fix economics as a criteria, as a base for reservation? It keeps varying.